topic given to me today is comprehensive diet planning for weight reduction. Just a second. Yeah. So while we go through what is actually the definition of comprehension, means that it includes everything, a whole list of resources and lot of elements. I'm sorry, the technology is going back and forth, but I'll work with it as we go forward. And the second is, what is the...
I think they're addressing it. Hardik, can you find out why the black lines are coming? Hardik?
Yeah.
Yeah, now it's better.
Yeah. So diet planning, the definition is determining what the usual nutrient intake, whether one or planning diets for individuals or groups, we have to set the right goals. And that is very, very important. Otherwise, nutrient inadequacy can happen or excess can happen. Both are not good. Then we go on to the next definition of weight reduction, which is decrease in body weight, either voluntarily with diet and exercise or involuntary with illness and circumstances. So why are we talking about comprehensive diet in this conference? It is because obesity in India is so rampant. It's almost 2% of the total population in certain areas, and in major cities, even almost 10% having this overweight, which is leading to diabetes and other problems. The whole list of diets in front of us, just to name the paleo, the vegan, concentrating on one nutrient, protein or fat, or saying very low carbohydrates, as low as 20 gram, 150 gram, or Duncan diet. These are all fat diets and millions are available. They are not sustainable. They're very low to carbohydrate when they start, where they say no milk also. But then patients, it's not sustainable to them. They add milk, they do everything different, but they've dropped all their medications, and hence weight reduction nor the disease comes under control. So we have to be very careful. So what is this comprehensive diet counseling about? Basically, it is behavioral therapy plus nutrition counseling, both in one. A psychologist, a registered dietitian, and there can be many more participants like the physical expert. You can have the physician himself or herself as part of the program. What do we want to do? We want to identify what are the personal values and goals of that individual, learn to make better decisions for them, develop healthy coping skills, and overcome barriers to change. Because everybody knows the science, but it has to be customized and individualized to that particular person. So when we talk about behavioral therapy program, we talk about the cognitive behavioral therapy, where it helps the person overcome obstacles to successful weight management, which they were not able to do before. So CBT increases self-awareness, helps to change the person's thinking and behavior, and individuals learn to manage expectations, learn how to accept lapses, and decrease of self-criticism. The guilt is a major problem here, which if you go over that, then you can get to your goals. Shifting of the way the person thinks goes a long way to help in maintaining their weight loss. Registered dietitians are there because they can give you portion control, they can give you nutritive value, they can work with you for weight reduction, which will also help you in good metabolism and control of glucose, cholesterol, and many other issues. The initial nutritional evaluation is very important, a very detailed evaluation, so that we know where the client is starting. We need a personalized dietary plan. Program participants who feel that they would benefit further can keep in touch with the dietitian on a bi-weekly basis so that they can achieve their nutritional goals. Group sessions are very useful because they help to hold hands, and the same type of people are put together and they develop independence, and then they can let the group go. Every session has groups which can interact with each other. For example, we know in India, the WhatsApp groups are a big thing, or any social media groups which help us to exchange thoughts and ideas which are similar in groups. Individual behavioral and nutritional assessments are done to help them individually. So what do they need to do? They have to maintain a healthy weight. They have to improve cardiovascular health and glucose control, increase physical activity, maintain weight loss, stabilize blood sugar, reduce unhealthy eating habits, which is the main problem. It is not just the 3 meals, it's the snacks, it's the every hour eating which creates the problem. So we need to tackle that, the emotional eating, the mindless eating, attaching emotions to food. All of this needs to be tackled. Improve the sleep quality and quantity, because today with social media and the smartphone next to us, we are not getting enough sleep, which leads to other behavioral issues. Improve overall quality of life and self-esteem. So these were the things taken up by this program at Yale. And now I'll discuss a couple of other programs like the Jefferson Health Comprehensive Weight Management Program, where they focus on, we'll find the safest and most effective treatment options for the person. They offer a full range of weight management approaches to align with specific needs. This is very, very important, because to each person, what need they need is important to be catered to, from nutrition counseling, physical activity, to medical supervision of diet plans are very important. Let's come to the Indian scenario. We have a carbohydrate percentage of 60 to 70%, which is almost 225 grams of carbohydrate per day if we take it in a 1,500 calorie diet. Proteins 10 to 15% is about 36 grams, and fat 20% is 33 grams. Can be changed by 5%, and the grammage will change as you see it below, and that could be doable, and as step by step we can reduce according to the metabolic issues. Let's take the calculation of a very low carbohydrate diet. If somebody is 158 centimeters and the weight is 65 kgs, the ideal body weight should be 56 to 60 kgs. If we say, according to the new EAR, which came out in 2020, 0.6 grams of protein per kg ideal body weight, which will be about 36 grams for this person. The very low carbohydrate diet gives 30 to 40 grams of carbohydrate per day. Taking 40, we may end up with just 320 calories, protein plus carbohydrates together. Where are we going to get the rest of the calories from? Fat? And what are we? We are the cardiac capital of the world. And can we digest it? Even if we take the right fats? These are questions we need to answer. So, of course, the complex carbohydrates. We had the Dietetics Day on the 11th of this month, where we celebrated the millets in a big way. And we need to include millets in our diet. But just remember, you need to roast or ferment or sprout the millets, because they do have goitrogenic effects. Then once you do one of these, they're safe to use. Red rice, semi-polished rice, fruits also have carbohydrates, so be how you use it. Banana stem, banana flour, green leafy vegetables, variety of beans, all of these can be used. It's not necessary only to use broccoli or Brussels sprouts, which may not be available to the average population. Then protein, include most of the following: whole pulses at least twice a week, dal regularly in whatever form in the dish that you use, soybean for people who can take it, mushrooms, milk, paneer and curd in a vegetarian diet. And what do you do this? Increase this, kuch zyada karo. And in non-vegetarian diet, it's the eggs, fish, seafood, chicken, and lesser of the other meats. When we come to fats, though ICMR says 30 grams, I always say 15 ml, because we get the fat anyway from outside in other foods. So 15 ml, which is half a liter per person per month. But what are people doing? For 4-member family, the calculation is 2 liters, but they are taking 4 to 6 liters. Are we surprised that we are going wide and horizontal rather than vertical? So the 5 food groups are important, and I think most of you know them: the grains, the proteins, the vegetables, fruits, and dairy. And what do you know? Go to whole grains, protein increase because most people are not even having the 0.6 gram. Vegetable increase, fresh fruits increase, the right ones, and dairy 400 ml of tone milk. We have a huge set of spices which are extremely good and add very good this thing to help our health and metabolism. Superfoods, we need moringa to go all over the world to come back to us to say how important it is. So let's start using them and learn, I think, from your own parents or grandparents, because the cooking shows use too much of oils. So is there one diet for weight loss or diabetes? Is it one fit for all? Not at all. It's a customized diet according to the carbohydrate, protein, and fat the person was taking. That's why a detailed diet history is very important. Something like this, where quarter plate is fruit, quarter plate is vegetable, quarter plate is whole grain, and quarter plate is the protein with the superfood as vitamin C, amla. If you don't want to mix the fruit with the cooked food, you can have a double of vegetables itself. What is sustainable? This is just one example I want to share, where a client who was 128 kgs, very young, 30-year-old, with 3 children, was wheeled into the bariatric surgery because she was 128 kilos. So she came for help. What did we say? She said she'd tried meat-based replacements. It was not affordable. Regular diet, weight gain could not be done. She didn't want to lose so slow. So was ready for intermittent fasting. I'm not trying to say you have to do that. All that I'm trying to say is you have to individualize for the person. So what did she achieve? 47 to 30% of body fat in 10 months and 3.7 kg loss per month of weight. And she also had an extremely good BMI reduce. And you can see that her sugars, her cholesterol, her A1C, everything dropped to normal levels. The diet was very much the diet she was taking, but was fitted into the 8 hours that she can eat. And it had vegetables, fruits, protein, and every one of them. No special foods, homemade food, vegetarian with dairy, no eggs, no protein powders, and she managed very well. So it can be done. It's not that vegetarians do not get enough protein. We can give them with the proper diet. She did extremely good exercise, slept well, and got enough vitamin D. So those who are taking a lot of meal replacements, they need to detox maybe. So here I'm trying to say that comprehensive diet can be different sciences which can be integrated. This is a study where you say the human population can be classified according to the Prakriti in the Ayurveda, and traditional medicine to modern pharmacogenics can be done according to Prakriti type, and the human constitution types of Indian traditional medicine can be put together. So if nutrigenomics, modern science, and any alternative medicine, whether Ayurveda, Siddha, Unani, can be used along with allopathy to help our patients for weight management. So comprehensive is using many, many different forms of sciences, whether it's nutritional science with behavioral therapy, with exercise, or it can be thought about in a different way. So what is the final answer? What works for the individual? Limit the portions in each meal, reduce the snacking and eating out. Follow what works by taking advice from a registered dietitian. You can take all food types every day and still lose weight, and work with integrated team to make things work for you, such as physical experts, behavioral therapists, along with dietitians. And if a physician can join the team, nothing like it. Thank you very much for this opportunity. And I hand over the session back to the chairpersons.